Seller Club Podcast, episode number 92. Drop that beat. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back from eBay Open.
eBay Open 2025.
Yes,
baby.
I think we're finally readjusted to our various time zones. And
Unpacked.
I don't know, so many
Unpacked.
beat drops in 3 days. When you said drop that beat, I was like, man, that's so familiar all of a sudden.
Yeah. What about the energy, Kenny? What do you think compared to previous year? Well, the last time we were there.
Okay,
The last time they had it in person.
The 2019. I was telling people this when our previous eBay Open. I feel like it was so big, right?
Yeah.
That you had to roll with a big group.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like in 2018 and 2019, and like what our group plan was like, what, 18 people or like 20 people,
Yeah.
something like that. So we were always doing something together. So this time it was different because, you know, it's like smaller group, you, me, Glenn, and then Anna, and JC and John, right? And then we have Sneakers Envy, Jim and Nikki. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, smaller group. But what I realized is like you can talk to more people with a smaller group because you're not waiting on everybody to move to get to a different place.
Right.
So, I mean, I think the energy was good, and maybe it feels different because it's more familiar. That's what I feel like. I feel like I was more relaxed. Like I was more like at home because every time I turn around, there's like a familiar face that I've seen in previous years. So that's what I kind of felt like. That's my take. What about you?
So I felt like the energy was really different because I almost felt like the last time we went, there was like a little energy between like YouTube and IG people.
Oh, you
trying
mean
to
personality. Personality.
Yeah.
There were
like,
way more vloggers for sure.
Exactly. Like, I'm at eBay Open or I'm on
Glenn
stage.
was vlogging.
I'm
Glenn
doing
was
a
vlogging.
talk. I was vlogging, exactly. And there was so many people bragging, I guess, like they were doing talks or they were doing sessions or they were doing, you know, like on YouTube and IG. Yeah, and this time I didn't feel like that that energy to where you know.
And I mean, Anna can give her take, but I think this time, they didn't pick the popular YouTubers that are mainstream. You know, like technically, I really didn't have my own session. You know, I was kind of like a guest seller, right? You didn't have a session. Anna didn't even have a session. So, the ones like, for example, you guys probably have seen them, like the flea market people.
Flea market flippers.
Free market flipper. You know what I'm talking about? Like they have Facebook. They have a big Facebook group.
Like a paid group.
A paid page, yeah.
Yeah.
So they got invited to do a workshop. So like that was, it's big, but it's not like big on the IG community that I think is a lot more active back then. So I think that's my take. I don't know what's your take on that, and as far as like influencer, like leading.
Yeah, I didn't
stocks.
see a ton of that either. It's funny though, like, I mean, I have nothing to compare it to because I wasn't at one before, but I didn't notice a ton of people doing that. I feel like it's way more just commonplace for everyone to be capturing stuff to put in their story or whatever. But that didn't like really stand out to me. But, you know, for you, Glenn, like you weren't necessarily vlogging this time.
Yeah.
So you just got to like hang out and not have that extra job to do. So you're probably like really aware, like, oh, wow, you know. This is just like open space for me to do what I want to do.
Yeah, definitely more relaxed.
Yeah.
And meeting people and talking and, you know, just also manning the booth and doing little interviews and
Right. Flexing your muscles because you're wearing a jersey, which everybody loved to comment about. That was so funny.
Yeah,
Dude, they didn't use your video because you have Lakers on your t-shirt.
or a Nike swoosh.
Or
a
something
Nike
like
swoosh
that.
in there,
Yeah,
maybe,
I was waiting because like a lot of the people they interviewed had him. Either that or you were popular that they didn't want to use anybody popular.
I highly doubt that.
He's too famous.
They didn't want to pay. Next thing you know, like
They
get
just-
an
They
get
didn't
an
want you to
invoice from
outshine the
Glenn.
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, that's what he was.
That's what it was.
Wait, were you there during the Backstreet Boys? No, you weren't there.
Mm-mm.
Okay, but Backstreet
What happened?
Boys.
What was the story with that?
Oh, so apparently one of the Backstreet Boys, is homies with, I believe, Paradise Breaks, like a card breaker,
Okay.
and they went live. But apparently, some of the eBay folks have known about that they were coming, and based on, just kind of like hearing from other people, they weren't paid by eBay to show up, but they showed up because they're really good friends or best friends, if that's what I heard, with Paradise Breaks. So 3 of the Backstreet Boys, which Anna can name, showed up, and the other 2 didn't.
Can you name them, Glenn?
AJ is one of them.
Yes,
Okay.
he's my favorite. He was there.
Okay. AJ, dang.
Dang, you're an
He's
AJ
your favorite
fan.
too?
No.
My dude's Nick.
The other guy.
Nick.
Nick Carter.
Yeah,
he
Nick
was
Carter.
there.
There we go.
He was there.
Yeah.
He was there, right? Who was the other one that was there?
And one of the 2 who are cousins was there. You remember
I
who?
don't know. I can't. I'm not
Brian
gonna look anything
Luttrell.
up.
Brian
Oh, okay.
Luttrell was there.
Okay.
Kevin is his cousin.
Oh,
And then
Nick.
there's Howie as
got
well.
it.
But
So
Howie
and Kevin
weren't
wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like 30 minutes right before they were gonna show up, like I think they kind of seeded the rumor that the Backstreet Boys coming, and so they kind of like, the live streaming booth was the place that they were gonna be at. But the funny story is, we're probably gonna release this footage. Anna was interviewing Kendall, and then the kind of like the shouting starts. You
The
can hear it from
squealing.
background.
School you
Like, yeah, like they're here, and then I think it was Kendall, like, oh my gosh, Backstreet Boys are here, and then like it was just, you could just hear it just ruffles.
Yeah, we're like we gotta go.
yeah, like them like trying to get rid of their headphones
But
and
we
everything
came
like that.
back. We came back
Yeah,
and finished our interview later.
They did, and apparently I guess Kendall kind of like tripped or something like that, and then I could hear it on the audio. It's like, oh my gosh, my shoe! I lost my shoe! Like, I lost my shoe! Something like. Yeah, it was funny.
That is funny.
and
Well, I
then,
don't know if that part will make it into the cut, but you should definitely put them together, like the
Oh, I'll
before
definitely
and
put it
after
on
Backstreet
at least
Boys,
on a
'cause
blooper reel or something.
It was
like
pretty
that.
funny.
So yeah, they showed up and they broke some cards, and apparently they gave away some signed records.
merch. Yeah, their own.
records. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that was special.
It was cool. It was really
Yeah.
cool. I mean, obviously, it wasn't the whole band, and it was really funny. I was talking to Griff about it. He's actually the one, I think, who told me they were coming. It was him or Chris. I was talking to him and Chris in the museum, and that's how I found out it was happening. I'm like, "Are you for real?" And they're like, "Yeah, we just heard that." And Griff was like, well, they're not really a boy band anymore. They're officially a man band. That just like cracked me up. I'm like, a man band.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So the Backstreet Boys are probably still performing in Vegas, but most of like the people came in early or staying late because they're performing only on weekends. I think they're performing in the Sphere, right?
Yeah,
So,
they're in the Sphere. For any fans, they're basically like revamping the Millennium Tour, which was in year 2000, which I did attend as a 10-year-old child obsessed with the Backstreet Boys.
So my question is,
So
why did you not
it's all
stay any
styled
longer
the same.
to watch the?
Because tickets were like $1,200.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know.
I looked into it.
Oh, well, probably because it's too late. It's too close.
Well, yeah. I mean, I looked into it before, but
Yeah.
like way before open. But they did just announce some more dates, and they're going to be back around New Year's. So if anybody wants
So
to
I
go
wonder
and
if
didn't
like
get the
there's just
chance.
the demand.
I mean,
like
probably.
That's a
I
good
think
marketing
they're
skills
crushing
there,
it.
Glenn.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna be touring for 2 months, and
But
then
only the
maybe,
weekends.
yeah.
This is not, in fact, the Backstreet Boys fan club podcast, though. So we should probably move on from them.
Golly, but
named one.
It was a big disruption for sure, but a good one, like a really fun
Yeah,
surprise. They couldn't, so they didn't perform at all, but everybody was singing their songs at them because they were
Yeah.
playing it over the speakers.
Oh.
And Yinka knows. I mean, I was standing on the spotlight stage, was kind of facing where they were at the eBay Live area. And me and Yinka were up there, and I was singing one of the songs, and Yinka just busts in with the harmony all of a sudden. Like, he knows the lyrics, he knows the harmony. I was cracking up. I'm like, are you serious right now?
Did we get a recording of this? Like,
no, I wish.
Like, that would have been a selfie moment. Like, just like sneak out.
Just miking myself up for the entire day with my travel mic, just in case of things like that. And that was a moment I wish I had been recording, because it was so hilarious. And Yinka can sing, boy, let me tell you.
Oh.
So anyway, that was a hilarious moment.
Well, you guys, for everybody is still listening, that haven't paused this podcast yet, we're still Seller Club Podcast. But during the eBay Open, we did get a chance to interview a lot of our friends that we've met throughout the years. I mean, especially through eBay Open, and one of them will be Yinka. So you guys should check him out for later for sure. We've
been joking lately that we're going to rename this the Yinka Fan Club Podcast because we love him, and I'm so excited that Glenn got to interview him.
Oh yeah,
nice one. Good times, good times. And then anything else as far as like, I guess energy was it was good. They did have ice cream, so it's still eBay Open.
That's always good.
It's always good.
Sugar equals energy.
Yeah.
I would say I was impressed with like the catering too. I mean, they fed us breakfast and lunch every day, and it was good, and the coffee was solid.
It was organized.
Yeah.
Like, I would say Anna, this was way more organized than the previous ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this one, like, they had like a traffic, like they had like kind of like people that were directing traffic, like go to that table, go to this table, like it was. You didn't have to wait. That's what I was gonna say. Like there was no line. Like it was like 2 or 3 people in front of you and you're next. And it was buffet style, so get whatever you want.
Yeah, right. Which is always great.
Yep.
There was really cool exclusive merch and a merch store. There was also swag that they gave us.
They were printing T-shirts on site.
Yeah. You could choose which screen print you wanted.
I missed out on.
Did you?
Yeah, I got pulled to the side. I was on my way there.
Oh my gosh.
As a matter of fact, actually, I could blame somebody. It was Shouty. It was Shouty's fault.
Shouty.
Yeah, I was taking my last photo from the seller community booth, and I was making my way there, and Shouty's like, "Ken, I've been looking for you." I was like, "Okay, have you seen Anna?" I was like, "Let's go there." And it's like, "Oh, there goes my T-shirt." That's the last thing. I didn't even think about it until like I got home. I was like, "Oh, we forgot to get our T-shirt printed."
Yeah, it was cool though. The branding, like the options, and just the branding for the conference in general was really fun. I really liked it. All the
Bright
pins
colors,
were really cool. So I don't know about you guys, but we are going to share some more of our interviews. We're going to keep sharing like them in batches with you guys, because there's really they're really fun. There's really good insight, and just also to continue to give you a taste of what it was like to be there on the ground. But I don't know about you guys. I have had a really hard time for the last couple of months thinking beyond eBay Open. Like when I'm thinking about my store, because I anticipated like I'm going to be really fired up. I'm going to learn a lot. Like what's going to happen after that? What's my plan? I've had like a vague plan for the year, right? But I haven't thought very much about it in detail. And also for the podcast, because we didn't know, how much we would be able to capture there, or just kind of, how that would be a huge experience for the podcast this year too. But now that it's done, I'm like in 1,000 miles an hour in my brain mode about both of those things. And yeah, I'm just curious, like, where you guys are with that, if it affected you at all, or if you felt like the floodgates kind of opened for, diving deep into your business and making the rest of the year very successful, setting yourself up for next year. Like, I know that we all kind of think in cycles about that one way or the other, but specifically coming off of eBay Open, like, how are you guys feeling about that?
Well, I felt like with all the updates and everything that's going on, I've seen some of the implementation already. So I think it just got me closer to getting into that goal of having like the replenishments and the things I'm looking to do. I mean, I'm just kind of like, when I got back, it was just kind of like back at it with, right now I'm just organizing storage unit and moving into a new one. So
yeah.
I think I'm trying to prepare myself for like Q4 time, because we went in that like mid-August time, and where sales were, kind of picking up too, and then getting into that schedule again. So it did bring that hype that Anna's talking about. But I think right now it's more of like hurry up and organize because Q4 is like right now. So
Same.
move it.
Yeah, same. That's been like there have been organizing tasks that have been on the back burner for me for like months, and I'm like, now is the time of doing them all like this week in every spare 30 minutes that I have working on it. Yeah, that's a big one. I wonder if anybody else is like that, because I think it's very human nature to be like, okay, I want to implement something new or try something new or infuse a lot more inventory, but I've got to have like the stage set first. I think that's a very like human nature impulse, right?
No, I think that's, for me, kind of unique situation. I have my family over here from the Philippines, so they're staying basically till the end of August. So it comes and goes because they're like very project driven. So my dad and my brother is like, you give them a project, they get it done.
They don't like to just sit
Yeah,
around and do nothing.
So basically, when we were at eBay Open, they organized our garage, and now we have more room in our garage, and I can pull in a car and still have probably, 2-3 vanfuls of inventory to the side that I can buy.
Wow.
So kind of, which is really good, really help us
like
a lot.
Like a holding zone kind of.
Yeah, holding like our intake area, and then downstairs we finally, well, not we, my mom and my sister, while my dad and my brother was working on the garage, they were downstairs pre-packing. So all the, I think 1,500 units that we got recently, is pre-packed, and now it just needs to be taken photos and listed. Wow. So now we have all the quantities of how many we have on a spreadsheet, which my sister is using barcode scanners for it. So if we scan something that we already have, it will pull it up. So we just need to add quantity and go to the listing and add, so that's definitely going to be, I think that's a bigger project, which I'm excited about, but I'm expecting slow progress because she's going to be going to school, first month probably is adjustment for her.
Yeah.
And for us. So I don't know. I'm in all in, not there, all in, not there kind of mode. But I know we have the inventory, which what I'm really kind of like, which keeps me at peace that we have inventory heading to Q4.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking to scramble the next month for inventory.
It's a really nice way of saying you have a death pile.
No.
Just kidding. I mean, I'm going to excuse you from the death pile label because I also would like to excuse myself from it because, again, like leading up to eBay Open, of course, this is a conversation I've been having in my life with people a lot lately. Some of the most incredible opportunities come at like really inconvenient times.
Oh,
and that has been the case. They always do. Right. That's been the case for me for like most of the summer.
Yeah.
It has been absolutely nuts, and I had like nothing on my calendar, you guys. Like eBay Open was it, and somehow it's been so full, but it's been new opportunities coming along, right? And just in a bunch of areas of life, which is really cool. But I have like totally set listing by the wayside for basically most of July and all of August so far. And it's not the end of August yet as we're recording this, but I'm going to try to do a little blitz at the end of August to clean that up because of what my plans are for my store too. Like moving forward, I don't want to have just like wishy-washy piles of stuff like halfway processed, halfway listed, like sitting around when I'm about to like make a big change. So I want to tidy all of that up, get everything listed, and then see where I can go from there basically. But it's so hard to have a pile sitting there. I really hate it. And I'm glad that I hate it because I refuse to just like get used to it and allow it to be there all the time. But right now is one of those times where just necessarily like there is one. So
Right.
It's a pile. It's a certain pile.
It's a money mountain.
No.
No, it's
anyways, not. Glenn is like, ha ha ha, piles. Let's not talk about it.
Never. All right, so we're going into how are we going to get this thing going, Anna or Kenny, with all the content that we created out there?
Oh man, so So basically, my main goal is to just edit all the interviews that we have. We do have a lot of photos that we took. So I highly encourage everybody to follow us on Instagram at Seller Club Podcast, and also huge shout out to our sponsors, eBay, for always holding it down for us. Make sure you follow them at eBay for sellers, and also our other sponsor, Seller Ledger. Make sure you follow them on Instagram as well. And you might still have time to get a hold of this incredible deal. Months of free use of Seller Ledger.
Like
all
3
you gotta
whole
do,
months.
Exactly. 3 months for free. If you're listening to my voice right now and it's not September, DM us. We'll send you the link. Or for the people that don't have social media, he might be on the show notes. So keep an eye out there. And yeah, I think without further ado, let's welcome all the other people that we have interviewed at eBay Open. Peace.
See ya.
Bye.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Special guest, the John Packer, and he will
drop that beat.
The artist, the designer, the creator of Seller Club Podcast logo
And stickers. And merch.
and all the cool stuff that we have done. John, welcome to the pod.
Thank you so much. I've definitely been adjacent to the pod for a good while,
It's been happening in your basement for like 2 years.
This is true.
Our shared basement.
The e-basement.
The e-basement.
So I want to take a different angle on this because I want the listeners and I want to record this story on how the logo came together.
Yeah, so I think at some point we had bounced back and forth, like, what's the name going to be? And you had that like epiphany moment of, oh, it's just going to be Seller Club. And I was like, great name. It's super straight to the point. And any good logo should be that, right? So I think we were on the plane, Anna and I, going out to San Jose to the eBay campus there. And it just kind of had one of those lightning bolt moments that doesn't always happen.
Kind of scary in a plane.
You don't want to get struck by lightning on a plane unless you're designing a logo.
Exactly.
Right, that's the only case where it's acceptable.
So, right there in my seat, I was like, oh, I think I have it. Any great logo, you should, be able to kind of relatively draw it out easily, right? Like a Nike swoosh, like you can kind of like do that. Or the Target logo, it's like, the Target. So it just kind of came to me of like, it's dollars and cents. That's as straight and pure to the point.
Selling.
Right. That's the goal, to make your living. And so just going to happen right there on the plane. I sketched it out, literally did it on my phone and showed Anna. I was like, I think this is it.
Yeah, so you showed me that logo and I was like, dang. And you were like, what? Like, it's hard?
No.
I'm just kidding. That didn't happen.
No, it was super cool.
It was really clear right away. Like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and we were on our way to San Jose for the Seller Week. And was this your first time going there?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, it was the first time,
had previously been out. And this
it
was
would
like
have been 23.
Yeah, 2023. Yeah. And John came, and I think the first time we sat on that conference room, you showed it to me.
Yeah, I had my laptop there, and I was like, because I just kind of roughly sketched out on the plane. And then so, it's the boardroom, which was like surreal. Yeah. It's like I'm sitting in this epic boardroom.
The huge like, executive boardroom.
Yeah.
That's
like
such
amazing,
a cool room.
like single, tree top. I mean, crazy stuff.
So that's how Seller Club logo got born, out of a boardroom eBay headquarters in San Jose. So kind of cool story, right?
Yeah.
Super cool. Also, mad appreciation for our amazing stickers for Vegas. John designed us 3 custom stickers. It's been so fun. Like, and people have, so we did this on purpose, but it's worked really well where we had an exclusive sticker for each day of the conference. So people are like really impressed by the first sticker, and we're like, "Well, come back tomorrow because tomorrow's sticker is
better.
also really
It's
cool."
a big selling point.
It is, and it's been so fun. People have been really excited about
Yeah,
it.
I gotta say it's vindicating. You don't always get that as a designer because you put your work out in the wild and you never see how people interact or respond to it.
And this one, you see it in person.
You see it right there, and to see the enthusiasm was really cool.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
And also we gotta ask John because our spouses came here. John is here, and my wife JC is here. And how I envision it is me and Anna are just gonna be talking to everybody, and then John and JC is gonna be assisting us, helping, like they always do. But what happened was like I feel like
it was a madhouse.
our booth got overran with so many people, which we are so happy about.
Oh yeah,
but
it was great.
But that's when we realized, like, oh crap, we need more people that needs to talk to other people. And John and JC just kind of like
they just stepped right up.
in. So John,
Yeah.
well, how's that experience been for you as your first big eBay Open experience to be a part of a booth right off the rip?
Right. Yeah. It's like
It's kinda
jumping into the
crazy.
deep end for sure. It's been awesome. I mean, my background being in music before this, touring, so much of that job was not what happens on stage, but those interactions with fans and prospective fans and people.
And prospective merch buyers.
Right. You got to sell that merch, baby.
That's right.
So in a way, it was like clicking that on in my brain. I'm a pretty sociable person, but I can be introverted. But this is the kind of environment that's really charged. It's energetic. There's so much passion in the room. And you start to engage in these conversations, and it's just seamless, you know? And because I'm so close to Seller Club podcast, not just in this design, but being married to a co-host,
Right.
lucky
It's kind
me.
of a big deal.
Lucky me. It just came natural, So it was just like, people tell me about the podcast. And it's like, well, yeah, I can do that because I'm right here in it. So been my pleasure to be a part of it and to just, help put the good vibes forward because it's really easy when you don't have to sell something because you believe in it, right? And seeing the work that you three have done on the podcast, bringing community together, being authentic in the purpose and the pursuits, it's just really easy to communicate that to people, and it's been great to see their response.
Awesome. Well, thanks, John. You've you've been totally indispensable this entire time. You and JC both.
Thank you.
We couldn't and wouldn't do it without you. So I'm really glad that you've been here and really just have been such our biggest supporter this whole time, like almost 2 years. Just
2
crazy.
years. Yep. I'm just honestly trying to, keep up with JC. She's amazing.
Aren't we all?
So
Aren't we
if
all?
I can be half of what JC
Oh my
is,
gosh.
I'm doing something right.
I've been describing her all week as everyone's right-hand man because she literally is. Anyways, including yours. Like she's got you
Together
covered.
with both of our right hands, we are unstoppable.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a merch. Together with both of your right hands, you got this.
I know.
There you go.
With two
There's
thumbs, right thumbs up.
That's the
Two
next
right
sticker.
thumbs.
Yeah.
eBay Open, 2026.
Yeah.
Two right thumbs.
That's the sticker.
So, John, you are also an eBay seller, which we have actually talked about behind your back on the podcast many times. But what's it been like for you being here at eBay Open? And is there anything, you've been busting your butt here at the booth with us, but is there anything you've managed to pick up kind of on the fringes that you're excited about with your store?
Yeah, very hobby seller. I've been on the platform for a very long time. Mostly
Sid
buying.
Swain, brag.
99.
Ow!
So
Wow.
yeah, so it's awesome. It's been awesome to
Is
see
that
how
longer than Glenn? We'll have to ask him. Anyway.
yeah, like how things have progressed. It's been really cool. I think just being in the environment, it supercharges you and makes you excited to just take a look at stuff. And I don't know, I just feel like the new features and things they've been talking about, AI obviously is the buzzword, but I feel like there's some very applicable things to utilize that. And those pain points and kind of my flow of listing stuff, I think can be remediated with some of that. And so that makes it a little easier and a little more enticing to
do the
tackle
boring parts.
my death pile. I definitely have a death pile.
Yeah.
Lots of action figures and stuff like that.
Well, we have met several listeners on the ground here who have listened to like every episode, and so at least they will know what we've been through together, moving and moving again over the last couple of years, because I've talked about that a lot. I mean, it's been a really important context for my business this last couple of years, but even more so for you because you're just like very part-time with it. So, you know, give yourself some grace on the death pile. Let me give you crap about it, but give yourself some grace about it.
I mean, ultimately, like, you know,
you'll get there.
I would rather put time in helping support your store and growing that. And my thing is like, it's fun for me. But I will say, being in this environment, having access to the amazing minds of these incredible sellers, but also the eBay team in general, it really does, you know, in the back of my mind, it's like, what would this look like for me?
Yeah.
Going all in, whether that's for my own stuff
we
or
need to
just
talk about
saying,
this off mic too. I'm very interested in this thought process.
Yeah, I think that would be a good episode. The all-in mindset.
Yeah.
That how it penetrated John's view of the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing that's like kicked around in my head because ultimately, like, eBay does give you that freedom. It's your business to run. You're the boss. You have the clock, right? And that's so
the
appealing.
Flexibility is very appealing.
Yeah, and you know that would definitely be a driver. But it's that, you know, you put in the work.
Maybe we need to ask eBay for the next feature for sellers to be like health insurance.
I would love the health insurance
I feel like
feature.
that's the biggest barrier to going full-time, both double full-time. Yeah, is like not having health insurance through work, you know? Like, I mean, to be honest, anybody who's listening who's like screaming at us right now, like, we have not deeply looked into what it would be like to just get our own health insurance.
Hey.
We don't know what that landscape is like right now. But
we don't have it because we haven't asked it.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just saying, like, think outside the box here. What's it?
Yeah, I mean, that's the heart, I feel like, of all the great eBay sellers, right? And just resellers in general. They thought outside the box, and then they pursued that path, and here they are.
Yeah.
All righty. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
My name is Jennifer Deal, and it's time to drop the beat.
All right, everybody. Well, here we are live at the Seller Club podcast booth at eBay Open 2025. It is like winding down, and I finally get to talk to someone amazing who I ran into earlier in the conference, former eBay employee and podcaster, Jen Deal, who's attending eBay Open as a regular old seller, just like me.
Totally.
So that's awesome. It's so good to see you. What are you doing here, Jen?
It's great to see you as well.
What are you doing
Anna?
here, Jen?
I know, right? I am here as a seller.
Yes.
I've actually been selling on eBay since 2009.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's really awesome. Yeah, no, you're a totally legit seller. No questions asked. But yeah, what's it like for you here? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm going to the sessions. I'm talking to sellers. I'm talking to the booth guys, you know, ARPs, and I did seller clinic. It was awesome.
Oh, nice. Did you like that?
Yes.
I've been hearing really good things from people about that.
Highly recommend it because even if you're an experienced seller, I mean, I worked at eBay.
Yeah.
But it's so good to talk to customer service because they talk to all kinds of sellers, all kinds of businesses, and they have insights that maybe you don't think of. So highly recommend. Well, I guess this will air after the show, but
yeah, but I'm hoping this will be a regular feature of eBay Opens in the future.
Absolutely.
You know, where sellers can take advantage of it.
Yeah. So if you haven't been to an eBay Open before, and you come to a future one, first of all, come and then schedule your appointment at Seller Clinic. It's awesome.
For sure. Well, I think that's great advice right out the gate. I heard a rumor, though, Jen, that you used to have a segment on another podcast that many of us know and love, the eBay for Business podcast.
Yes, I did. I love the eBay for Business podcast, not just because I was on it.
I loved it, too, and I was only on it like once. I listened to it a lot.
Yeah, no, I used to listen to it. I did. I had a segment, and the one that actually at this show was told to me by another seller that they loved was my segment on inventory insights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I used to talk about what was coming, the hot trends, what to prepare for the coming months, like how to list against that.
And did you have a crystal ball at the time?
No, I am a fan of the Magic 8 Ball.
That just decided everything you were going to share that day.
I'm going to talk about charcuterie boards. Yes or no?
Yes or no? Sounds like that's not a trend right now. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I know a little bit about you. I've gotten to know you over the conference, which has been super cool.
Oh, thanks.
But I know you're a data girly.
Yes.
Right? Like me. But better and more informed. So I have a question for you. You are, well versed in this area, well versed in podcasting. If we just did that segment right now, not that we have to, but
right.
If you had, a segment like that again today, like what would you want to tell sellers?
Oh my God, I love it. I'm on the spot.
Yeah, I know you can do it.
off the cuff. Okay, well, I'll tell you what's been keeping me up already. And
that's good. That's a good way to start. I love it.
Here's what's keeping me up at night. Here's what I'm talking to sellers about. It is end of August.
Yep.
Summer's winding down. Kids are going back to school. This is about the time when people think about, oh my God, how am I going to get the house ready for all the things coming?
Right. The barrage of holidays and
and just
all that.
there's actually a home improvement peak in September.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, all the time. It's lesser talked about minor holiday because it's not really a holiday, but it happens.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because, again, after summer, before, but it's like a changing of the seasons.
Yeah, right.
You have a little more time on your hands because you've got activities back on a schedule, stuff like that.
Definitely.
But the critical thing here is that you really actually do have to think about the holiday season.
Yeah.
Q4, when we talk about that, we think about the winter holidays, Christmas specifically.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah, it's a big season in retail, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
Get all your stuff listed. But it's so true. And so what I'm thinking about and talking to everyone about is get your listings up by the end of September at the latest.
Wow. End of September?
End of September at the latest.
Okay, so if there wasn't already a fire lit underneath you
right.
from eBay Open, now there's an extra little flame because that's really soon.
It is really, yeah, exactly. That's why it's keeping me up right now because I'm spending a whole week at the show.
Right. As a seller, you're like, I know I should be listing.
Right.
But that's great. So why end of September?
Oh, there's a fun fact here. That is not just a fun fact. It's actually validated by Retail Brew. 31%.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, this is a fact. This is actual facts. Retail Brew, National Retail Federation will probably come out and back it up. But 31% of U.S. consumers are already shopping for their holiday season by October.
Wow.
Or even a little earlier.
Yeah.
But 31% in October. Another 29% start before Thanksgiving. And so what that means is like half of your active buying audience, or more than half, is already locking down
those gifts
before Thanksgiving.
You know what? I am totally one of those people. I love to shop year round for gifts so that it's not like so much money all at once because I love giving gifts and I don't want to skimp on it.
Exactly.
So I try to spread it out.
You spread it out. And that's the thing, like with the macro environment the way it is right now, even people that aren't really good at holding a budget understand that they want certain things and they have to pay for them over time. You can't really drop like everything on Black Friday weekend, right? Like one paycheck can't go to that. And the other thing is you want to avoid those hot items that might be sold out by Black Friday, right?
True.
Or, got all kinds of things that you need to plan for.
For sure. I mean, we've seen that happen in years past too, where it's like, oh, this hot item of the season, like you can't find it anywhere by the time you get around to it. Unless you're like really early to the game.
Yeah.
So for sellers, this is a really timely tip for us, honestly, because we don't have that much more time till the end of September.
Right.
Or beginning of September?
End of September at the latest.
Okay, great.
Like if this beginning, great.
So ASAP.
ASAP, just ASAP. Even if you're just getting your drafts going.
Right.
Like get them ready, get prepared.
Yeah.
Think about, you know what? I'm going to add another tip.
Okay.
Think about your pricing strategy. For the season.
Yes.
Right? Because if you are going to put them up for the season now, you don't have to put them on sale right away.
Yeah.
Those early shoppers might be okay.
Yeah.
Paying regular price or whatever. And so have your pricing season. And the way I look at it is work back. You could do this any time of the year, but know what your Black Friday price is going to be.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, why? I'm like, because it's not just Black Friday
why,
price,
Jen?
but it's like, what is your lowest price of the year?
Yeah.
I think it was Macy's that used to talk about that. Like, where's the lowest price of the year, right? Or something like that.
Right.
So know your lowest price of the year and then work up, and then know your everyday low price. And in between those should be a 15% off and a 20% off.
Wow.
And if that pricing's like $1 off, always lean into the 20% off because 20% is that sweet spot where people really feel like it's a sale.
Totally.
Right? Because 10% is like...
Yes, I've seen that running sales myself. Like the difference in volume is striking from like 15 or 10% to like 20 or 25.
Yes, and you hit it on the nose because it's about the volume. Like if you happen to have multiple SKUs of something, then using that pricing strategy will also give you an idea of like, I need to move more this week.
Right.
Maybe I should think about a sale. Maybe I put it at 20% off.
Right.
Or I just want to get a few items going, get some exposure, get some good juices into the algorithm. Do a 15%
algorithm
off.
juices.
I know,
favorite.
algorithm juices.
I feel like we
That
haven't
sounds weird.
talked about the algorithm as much as I expected on this podcast, like at Open. But yeah, it's a real thing. You got to pay attention to it, right?
You do. I have my my algorithm theories. We can build a segment around that.
That's awesome. So right now, I feel like anybody listening to this should be taking away at least 2 things. Well, A, your 2 great tips that you just gave. So 3 things. Your great tips. Also, that they really should make a point to run into you the next time they're at eBay Open because we just like this kind of thing happens in conversation and it's like brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing all this.
Thank you. Yeah.
And also that it's really obvious why you had a podcast segment. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just told you, no, we don't have to do a segment right now. And you're like, but we can though.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I think that's really helpful. There's so much at eBay Open that as sellers, like we've been partaking of. And, it's kind of like drinking from a fire hose. Like there's many, many things, but this is such a great actionable thing for people to like go ahead and implement, right now while there's still time, like you're saying. And I think everybody who does this will see a big difference in their Q4.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm taking that one home with me personally because I have a little bit of a pile of stuff getting ready for eBay Open and doing some other stuff like in life over the summer. I've somewhat developed a little bit of a pile and I'm like, okay, yeah, no question. Getting that stuff listed or at least drafted, like you said, has got to rise to the top of the priorities.
Right. Absolutely.
So
yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome. Thanks
coming
so
on the
much.
podcast.
No, this is great. Like putting headphones on again and being in front of a mic.
Girl, yes.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I love this.
And I know Ken has known you for a long time, so we'll have to have you on the podcast proper at some point.
That'd be great.
Awesome. Well,
right.
Jen, enjoy your last few hours of eBay Open 25.
Likewise. Thanks so much, Anna.
Absolutely. It's been a
Take care.
pleasure.
My name is Andrew Raven, and let's drop that beat.
Andrew Rabin, returning guest of honor to the Seller Club podcast.
Thank you.
Live
Thank
in
you.
Las Vegas. How's your Las Vegas experience going?
It's going great. I get to see you all. I get to meet the 3rd member of the Sellers Club podcast. I could not be more excited.
Yes.
It's a long time coming, and thank you so much for having me back.
Oh my gosh, we were so happy to have you back. You were a must-have, like as soon as we were going to be at eBay Open. So very excited you're here with us. And yeah, Glenn is here too. Say hey, Glenn.
Hello, hey to Andrew.
Yes, Glenn and Andrew just got to meet each other, which is just so precious.
I love that. He's already rocking the great Lakers Mamba jersey. I mean,
Got
it's
the
fantastic.
Kobe on today.
Yeah.
I knew exactly who you were by the back. You're the only one who's going to be wearing a Kobe jersey here. I love it.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Oh, man.
How's your eBay Live or eBay Open experience going right now?
You know what? I was kind of comparing it to the last time me and Ken were here. So 2018, 2019-ish.
One of those.
Think, yeah, one of those two. Total different. Like, I think today, everybody's like really into the workshops. And then when we went in 2018, everyone was kind of like chilling in a way.
Just not partaking.
I think people are really wanting to learn and really get experience and learn from other people, which is really a good part why you're here.
Yeah, 100%.
But last time, I think everyone just wanted to chill, hang out, meet other sellers, and then just kind of go from there.
Yeah.
But today, definitely, people are like soaking in the info. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. There's so much information coming out, so many new features that are being announced this week. It's exciting. We have amazing panelists, maybe such as Ken, talking about a little seller capital. I got to sit on his first session. He crushed it.
But not limited to Ken.
Exactly.
I love it.
No, super cool. Have you sat in any sessions so far when you've been here?
No, we've been kind of in and out trying to manning
the booth.
The amazing booth, for the record.
booth.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. The branding.
you.
Yeah, free pins, stickers. It's
Snacks.
fantastic. Yeah, I mean, key to everyone's heart, snacks.
Yeah.
I've already refilled the snacks once today. So
You're very smart. I think you're the only booth with snacks. So
listen, we do what we can.
exactly.
We know what we like. We talk about snacks way too much on the podcast. I think like they matter deeply to us each. So it's just part of our identity really at this point.
Exactly.
100%. So we're at episode 90 previously. We're about to be at 100. What are the next 100 episodes of the Seller Cult podcast look like? What is next for the pod? What are you thinking? What are your aspirations? Where are you going to grow? Tell me what the listeners should be looking forward to.
I think the table just got turned on us, Glenn.
I know, 100%. We weren't prepared for this at all.
It's a great question, though.
I like the Hustler Hacks videos in the I guess the podcast was top 5, top whatever.
Yeah.
And we've had some good listens on those.
Yeah, we have.
Know, so numbers have been good, but I think it's also good because Anna and Ken don't know what's going on until we actually go live.
In general,
and that
we
and
don't
that's
know
what
what's
I like.
going on.
And then we get to get their full, feedback.
Unfiltered
Exactly.
responses. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think definitely towards the beginning of the podcast, we aired more on the side of being structured. And that was great. And for some topics, it is necessary, I think, to keep us on track. But Glenn's the old seasoned, not old, I'm sorry, I didn't say that, is the seasoned, experienced pro YouTuber who just made so much content that was more like those kind of top 5, let's get your response type of things. And I love that. I think that adds so much, and it's very authentic, to just get takes off the rip like that. And it's always still just those kind of talking shop topics that we all need to talk about with each other anyway, as we're just trying to navigate changes on the platform or whatever. So I think it's really helpful. I like that style of content too, even though I complain about it every time you do one on the podcast. I'm always like, really? I don't get to know what it's about?
It's so authentic, though.
Yeah, it is. My annoyance is very authentic. No, it's great. But yeah, I do think we are going to, be looking at what's worked really well, what's resonated well with people, and doing more of that. Also, this is the first time at eBay Open right now we are interviewing other sellers. We've interviewed other eBay employees such as yourself on the podcast, which has been awesome. We've never really opened up to other sellers before, so I'm curious to see if we're gonna go forward with that more in the next 100. That's kind of our experiment right now. It's been really cool so far. Just obviously this is an amazing environment for that, and meeting new people and hearing their stories. But yeah, I don't know. I think 100 more is going to fly by, though. The first 100 have totally
I know. I'm
blown
excited
by.
for the next 100. I think one of the great things about the eBay seller community, though, especially at eBay Open right now, you get to learn from all these different sellers.
Yeah.
Bring them on the pod, potentially, learn their stories. Everyone has their own unique story, but what's bringing everyone together is eBay or reselling online. And hearing those stories and hearing those journeys, you can take little bits and pieces from everyone, kind of craft your own reseller journey, which is one of the reasons why I love being a part of eBay. One of the main reasons why I love being a reseller at heart myself.
Yeah.
And so being in a room with, 4,000 or 5,000 people that all have the same aspirations or similar aspirations, or are all looking to find that next good find to sell on eBay.
Yeah.
Brings all of us together, and it's really exciting.
It is really exciting. I know, you mentioned earlier, there's all these exciting announcements and updates and all that. Do you have any secret knowledge you can share with us?
I honestly have no secret knowledge, but I know that earlier today on a lot of the panels, there was some great knowledge that was dropped. David Newman spoke
what are
about...
some of your faves? Because we didn't get to see all of that ourselves.
Yeah, so there's some really good, exciting stuff, I think, coming out of Risk and Trust. Unpaid items, I'm sure, is a pain point for a lot of buyers and sellers, or sellers.
It's been a big one for a long time.
Returns, I think there are some new exciting things that were announced with returns, which I love as an eBay employee, and then also an eBay seller myself. Obviously, I'm all sneakers all the time, as everyone knows.
Obviously.
And I love that category. It's my heart and joy. It's the reason why I get up every morning. From the sneaker standpoint, we do have sneaker storage, which is a new feature that we launched. I think I might have teased it the last time I was on the pod.
Yes, but tell us all about it, because it is really interesting.
Sorry. Yeah. So we're live. We're live in New Jersey, and we're live in Las Vegas. So a seller can send in any sneakers that they want to put in within authenticity guarantee, have them stored by eBay, and then when an order comes through, we'll pick it, we'll ship it, and it'll go directly to the buyer, and you don't have to do anything. So from a sneakers point of view, we're really excited about that. And then, of course, as we all know, eBay Live is in front of everyone. From a sneakers standpoint, we're excited about it. Our sellers have been having amazing success on it. Last week, we were in Brooklyn for SneakerCon. We had Vandy the Pink, who is an amazing collaborator, go live on eBay Live. ATM Kicks. We had Ben Kicks, who's also one of our closer partners. And he brought on some great influencers, Nikki Diamonds from Diamond Supply, by Ralph, who's an amazing chrome hard seller. And so there's so many cool experiences that we can do on eBay Live right in the palm of your hand. And so we're excited about that.
That is really cool. I know you guys are like pulling out all the stops. My question for you, I don't really know if this is your wheelhouse, but how do we get Glenn on eBay Live? We've been hassling him about it for like months.
I think the wheels are in motion.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
I think you got the right person to
Right
reach out
connect,
to you.
Oh, did you?
yeah,
oh,
I
I'm
did.
late
So
to the
they're-
game.
Yeah, so they're
Okay,
gonna let
okay.
me know next day or two. Might even happen even sooner.
Stop.
I know they're like, "Are you ready to go even like next week?" And I was like, "Oh man,
You're
this
like,
was."
I'm ready for next week. Yesterday. How do you like
Yesterday.
that?
The real question is this podcast going to come out before
Oh.
you have your first eBay
That's
Live
a
or
great
after?
question.
That's true.
That's
it
a
has to
question
come out
for
before.
Ken.
Yeah, Ken. We'll get him on this
Ken,
now.
the producer. yeah.
Yeah,
I
get
love
this
it.
edited.
Ken used to crush eBay Live, and I want him to come back on the platform. He
Yeah.
is a great host, as we all know. Obviously, listening to this podcast, but he's so energetic in front of the camera.
Oh, yeah.
so-
Yeah. I mean, I
Um,
told Ken too, it's just that like, when he was first doing it, it's just eBay Live was just so new.
Yeah.
And now, they're just fixing little things here and there. Like, when everything first comes out, it's not going to be perfect. But I think getting Ken back on there would be interesting to see. I know his numbers would improve, his sales would improve, getting him back on the camera. So we'll convince him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll get
honestly,
it.
I
We're
would love
working
to,
on him.
I would love to have the whole Seller Club podcast on eBay Live.
Yeah.
Listen,
Just saying, throwing that out there. Maybe a goal for all of us.
it could
There
be
we
a
go.
goal.
By episode 150, maybe?
Yeah.
By episode 125, could we get the whole Seller Club podcast on eBay Live?
That's
I mean,
doable.
yeah. What if we actually did lives? Like,
Mm-hmm.
You
I
could do
know.
a podcast on eBay
exactly.
Live.
That's what I'm saying. We have
Exactly.
merch.
Yeah.
We
Or you
could
could
sell
sell
that.
one thing from each of your own stores, the top 5 from your own store. Put it on
Ooh.
eBay Live.
I like that.
There's a top 5 list for you.
Yeah, I think we should do that. That'd be a nice little collab. Try
yeah,
that out.
That would be fun.
Now, as I continue to turn the tables a little bit, I want to hear one or two
You came really
exciting.
prepared to this.
I've got so many questions. I'm ready to go.
Man.
Give me one or two good sales that you've had in the last couple weeks. A good find, something that you were excited
All
about.
right. I'm going to look.
Um,
I'm going to cheat and look in my app because
Well, number one, I know.
time is liquid.
Not necessarily like single find, but with NFL starting up, like jerseys are really starting to pick up on the NFL side of things. And I've been waiting this whole off season. Finally we're here in preseason, and then it'll start next month. So I've seen those definitely move, a lot faster. So that's for sure. I'm happy about that.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of the things I've been doing a little differently, I mean, over the last year or so in my store, I've been trying to be way pickier about like my vintage and thrifted side of things and just really focus on like higher ASP and not just as much bread and butter stuff. So that has been like paying off really well for me. And that's just really encouraging because it's like, okay, good. Like my strategy's working. But just for example, during eBay Open right now, my store is on time away, but it's the flavor of time away where you can still sell things and it just kind of delays the handling time for you dynamically. It's like really great. I love that feature. But I sold this still coin bank. Okay. It's from like the 1950s and it looks like a flying saucer kind
Okay,
of, or
very
like
cool.
a planet, like Saturn with rings. And it actually has like the solar system all over it. It's super cool. Sold it for like $112. I got it at an auction, and it's just
I love
one of these
that.
cool little like atomic looking kind of trinkets from the 50s. It was a promotional item from banks, but it's a little like coin bank.
Amazing. I know it's not good for the podcast viewers, which there are no right now, but do you mind showing me that
Oh, yeah.
that sale?
I'll show you. I was just looking like what has sold since I've been here, but yeah,
This is bad podcasting right
That's
now.
okay.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
it's fine. Just have to ooh and ah like loudly.
Wow. Okay, so what I'm looking at right now is a sphere. It looks like Saturn potentially, solar system,
Right?
with little dots on it. Those are moons, I'm gonna suggest.
Those are the planets.
So it's silver on the top and the bottom, shiny, and then a big sphere in a sense that has red, yellow, and blue little moons around it. I think it's fantastic. Do you know which bank it came from?
Yes, actually, I can tell you. There's a little stamp on it. Let's see. It's called get this. It's called the Plan It Bank.
Wow, that's
Isn't
a
that
great
adorable?
item.
Look at that.
I know. So that's like the name of the model, but it does have a sticker on the top somewhere that says, oh yeah, It was a First National Bank from Alton, Illinois.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's close by to you,
Yeah,
of
that's
course.
close by to
So
me.
that's great. I'm a fan, obviously, of the podcast, but also a fan of your own Instagram content.
Oh,
As you know,
thanks.
I like all the posts. I comment. It's great to see your eBay seller journey and all the cool and rare finds that you have.
Yeah,
So,
those are really fun to share. I mean, there's a lot of, more garden variety stuff too, but I really like to share that type of stuff because I learned a lot by, seeing what other people found. Not necessarily like even a specific like bolo, but just like, oh wow, like if I see something that has this same kind of aesthetic and it's actually old, like I should probably pay attention to that. It might be a different type of item. And it might be like, something that doesn't have a lot of comps, but, where are those kind of little hidden pockets of value throughout the different eras of design? And it's always really interesting to just learn more about that. So I like to share it because I know other people are doing the same thing like I did, where I was getting my education that way.
yeah, definitely. So we talked a little bit about it earlier. Trends. Football season is starting. Do you have any trends that you could, maybe tell the listeners that you're focusing on? Obviously, no trade secrets, but anything that you're
have any trade
excited
secrets.
about that you think might have some steam, that's a little bit of a niche. Can you go into that at all?
Well, right now during the fall and then getting into like holiday time, we're just like full on like Halloween costumes. People dominate. And then getting into like
have
hoodie
heard that.
season.
Yeah.
And
That's
then you're
true.
just full on into like, Christmas time or Thanksgiving and holidays. So the fall into winter just brings out, because it's gift giving time. So
True.
you got to just
Definitely.
prepare. So I'm trying to prepare as much as I can right now for Q4
Okay.
Yeah.
and really get all those, listings up and get the inventory beefed up. So
Yeah.
Definitely. What about you? Any trends?
I feel like I'm really bad at this part
Okay.
of like assessing things because my inventory's always been really miscellaneous. So I feel like it's always been hard for me to like really assess or see those trends emerge across so many categories. But I'm with Glenn on the Halloween costumes. Like that's kind of an interesting one.
That's a genius one for the record.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that,
Oh,
but like
yeah.
it makes so much
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and even like I'm not officially recommending this, but I've even heard of people like other vintage clothing sellers and stuff. Like I'm gonna re-keyword my titles if it's a vintage. Normally this is just a vintage dress, but in October it looks like a witch costume.
Okay, there
so,
we go.
like let's rebrand that a little bit, like for people to be searching for it. So yeah, I think that's really true. Also, weirdly, I've sold tons of outerwear like all throughout the summer, like more than I expected. But also, normally in the winter is when more of that stuff sells, and I love outerwear because it's like a higher ASP,
ASP,
kind of
definitely.
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I've definitely tried to stock up on that as well. But yeah, I'm feeling the urgency of getting ready for Q4. Also,
Yeah.
like I need to hit the ground running when I get home from eBay Open.
Yeah, definitely. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a topic or a question that everyone has kind of been asking. What I've been noticing in some of these panels is how many listings are you doing per day, or how many do you target to do per day? Do you have a goal that you're setting for yourself every day? Are you trying to list every day? Do you put things in drafts? Like, give me the rundown a little bit if you
Yeah,
don't mind.
how does it work? You want to go first?
So
Captain Consistency.
I should be listing like 15 a day minimum. Should be.
So yes, you have a rule for yourself.
Yes.
However,
But
Am
are you
I
keeping
doing-
yourself accountable?
No, because of the other between like, YouTube and the other stuff that I'm doing, I'm trying to figure out how to balance the time, having a family, and I'm like, okay,
That's
well,
important.
where can I do that?
and a
Yeah.
lot of live selling.
The live selling. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out how that would work. And you know what? The live selling, what I love about it the most is like I can keep the inventory moving. But then there's times where I'm like, okay, I got to pull these items from the inventory. Do I list these items or not? Or is this better for live selling? And that's really what I want to look at getting into like eBay Live. And then some stuff may not even have to be listed in that case if it's going to do better in live. But I have been listing every day, small amounts here and there, 3, 5, 7. I should be at 15. But I do think listing every day will get you to those goals.
Yeah, and I wasn't saying Captain Consistency ironically or like sarcastically. Like you really are super consistent. But I love how you explain that because, and we talk about this all the time on the show. Like you aren't sacrificing your consistency completely, even though you've dialed down. Like you're not quite hitting 15, but it's like you're continuing to do something every day and kind of maintaining that baseline. so that, you know, you can figure out like what's worth your time. Like right now you're trying to experiment and figure out and collect the data from those choices, right? Yeah. So I think it's really cool. I'm not even as disciplined as Glenn at all. So so I am not even keeping to my 3 or 5 a day, but I've always been more of like a binger. So I'll list like 150 things, you know, over 2 or 3 days at the beginning of the month, and then not list the rest of the month, which is probably terrible. But also, so far, the benefit of the consistency that I could be having, like I've tried it before, like putting things in drafts and like launching them, and I always am just like, but if I had it listed today, it might sell tomorrow. So like, why am I doing that? But I know there could be other factors there, right? Like kind of on the back end. But so far, the benefit of that level of consistency, even kind of contrived consistency with drafting stuff or scheduling listings or whatever, doesn't outweigh like the cost of, you know, not getting to be flexible like within that month or whatever. So when I set listing goals, and I usually do every month, but I don't care if it's how many today, how many tomorrow. It's like I want to get more listed than what sold this month, and I have an idea of what that's going to be. So that's what I try to hit. And if I do it all in 2 big batches, you know, throughout the month, or if I do it a little at a time, like throughout the month, it doesn't matter to me.
That's great.
Maybe it should matter to me. Okay. You can tell me if it should matter to me.
I actually don't know if I have the exact sauce on that.
Okay. Me neither.
Personally, as an eBay seller myself, I like to list 10 to 20 items per day. Always consistently listing.
Yeah.
Obviously, being here, I can't do that.
Same.
But I did put about 100 in drafts. And so while I've been on the road this past week, I plan on listing all of those drafts by the time I get home.
Nice.
And so, yeah, I'm excited about it.
Do you go on the road a lot for your role at eBay?
I've got... This year, not so much. We just came off SneakerCon in New York last week, which was great and exciting, and then straight into eBay Open.
Yeah.
Some ad hoc trips here and there, but anywhere that eBay wants to send me to spread the good word of eBay, I will go. Get to connect with sellers like yourself.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I'm here, and it's one of the reasons that, you know, one of the things that brings me so much joy.
Yeah, that's awesome. It really shows. Like, just having one conversation with you, it really shows that you care that much and that it lights you up, you know.
Yeah,
the work lights you up. It's awesome.
I appreciate it. I love it. Happy to be here.
Oh, I guess one other random question. Any feedback you've gotten from sellers that they want to see from eBay?
Yeah, what are you hearing?
Or anything that you heard or seen today or yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much feedback. And one of the great things about Open is all those QR codes that I can scan and get the feedback. And I'm sure some AI technology will compile it and spit something out. But overall, very positive. I mean, people want to see new features launching faster, which I totally get.
Yeah.
People want to see all of the previous pain points that we've been working on for a while fixed, and I think there'll probably be some more announcements today, tomorrow, etc. That will help. But
awesome.
It's so cool to be around so many eBay sellers, so many companies that are adjacent to us that help us and help our sellers. So it's really, really great to be here. A lot of fun.
It strikes me too that when sellers are willing to give feedback, even if on face value it sounds kind of like a demand, like, come on eBay, like we really need you to do this or that. It's like there is obviously some confidence that they have that eBay wants to and can and will execute it, you know? So I think it's really neat to hear that, like even though. And there's a lot of positive feedback too, but sometimes even hearing the most negative things, it's like, but they expect eBay to do something about it, and it's like helpful. There's some inherent confidence there that I really like to hear. That's kind of at the heart of a lot of those gripes that people have, but it's also just a great environment that we're in now because everybody here at eBay is like squeezing us like sponges for feedback because they really do want to do what we need them to do the most.
Yeah.
And that's something that comes across really clearly when you're in a setting like this, that I think sometimes if you're just like out there selling on your store and having a few interactions with like customer service every once in a while, like you don't necessarily know that's the attitude that eBay has about it,
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the consistent themes throughout this whole week has been feedback.
Yeah.
Every leader that's gotten on stage has asked for feedback. And at least in my time in eBay, I think a lot of the features that have been built, majority of them are feedback from sellers. What do the sellers want? What do the buyers want?
Totally.
And so think it's great to work for a company that listens to their customers and helps their customers unlock the features that they're really looking for.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Kendall at breakfast this morning, and she was saying that it's so cool to hear eBay go, you asked for this and we did it, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, I remember personally asking for some of these things a year ago, and now they've happened.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That is very rewarding. So payoff is real.
I think from the YouTube side, it seems like people are trying to figure out a way to list faster, whether
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
AI or something. You know, I think people want to see eBay do something to where like take a photo of something and now everything's being generated from item specifics to, you know, description and all of that. Could that happen at some point? Maybe. But I think that it's like with AI and other tools, it's like slowly getting there.
Yeah.
And I know there's like different companies or different people trying to come out with tools. They're not necessarily perfect yet, but I would love to just get like an official eBay
Yeah.
side of things to where like, hey, this is how we're going to make listings happen quick.
Yeah.
This is what we have to offer.
Have you used any of the AI tools that we have so far?
We
Like
have. And then I've also seen some of the demos from the other people that have made other content. So I don't know. It's just like it's there, but it's still improving.
Well, and I feel like it's going to take a while for people to like really trust in it, that it's going to be accurate enough to just really fully rely on, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the trajectory with a lot of the other AI tools we've seen. It's like, okay, it comes out and it works, but it's not necessarily always accurate, or it needs some like fine tuning. And of course, that has to happen through a bunch of iterations, you know, and a bunch of user data. So it's just part of the process, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I personally am a fan of the image background removal.
Yeah, me too.
I use that a lot. I like the studio setting.
Yeah.
It makes it look really professional. I also like the landscape.
We just talked about this.
I also like the background, the different textures that you can put on. I've been testing that a little bit myself. I
That's
think
cool.
it's very cool. And then the description, I think, is fantastic. Pretty wild. Yesterday, I met a seller who implemented shortcuts into his descriptions, eBay 1, eBay 2, eBay 3, for used sneakers or used apparel or new sneakers with any info that he wants the sellers to know at scale. And so he hits AI description and then eBay 1 or eBay 2, and it pops up with some of the shortcuts within his description.
Wow.
So I learned something new yesterday
Nice.
that I'm going to start implementing in my store.
That's super
so
cool.
I thought it was fantastic.
Look at you. You're just here learning left, right, and
It's
center.
fantastic. I love it.
I love it too. That's awesome.
So give me a few more things. I know we've gone for a little while, but give me one or two exciting things that you're looking forward to getting out of eBay Open this year.
Yeah.
Well, number one was the eBay Live thing, which I talked to Ken even before we left. Like that was one of my main goals, was to talk to people from eBay Live and get that kind of feedback and what I could do there. So that was one of our first things that Ken made sure happened. So he's the mouth of the podcast. You know, he knows how to talk. He knows everybody.
Oh, it's true.
And so
he does know everybody.
So he already let that goal already went through and exceeded.
Yeah.
So
I love to hear that.
That's
Great. What
great.
about you?
Well, one thing, like having the booth has been so fun, and I honestly have not wanted to like leave it to go into sessions very much. And we need to stay, we have to man the booth anyway, but like it's been just hopping the whole time, which has been so cool. So I'm looking forward to going back and like watching recordings of a lot of it afterwards, so I can really like unpack and learn like some of these nuanced things that I know there's going to be like specific technical things that I'm going to learn and start applying right away. But I'm not picking them up in real time this time, like normal. So that's fine. But I am looking forward to that. I think it'll be a good way to like debrief, from the whole experience. But also, you asked in the very beginning about what's the next 100 episodes of Seller Club podcast like. And this is such a big deal for us to be here and to be meeting so many people, some people who have heard every single episode and are coming up like, oh my gosh, I feel like you guys are my best friends.
I love that.
And then other people who are like, what is this? There's a podcast? Like, since when, which is great. Like, we want all of that. But I think it's going to be really cool to see how this experience and, the connections we're making now inform those next 100 episodes too. Like, we're learning a lot too. And just, it's also really fun to be like here on the ground recording. Like, it'd be super cool to be able to cover other events like this, because so far, like, it's been a total blast and yielded a lot of really nice conversations, like
really nice. I don't know why I said nice. A lot of really like poignant conversations that have been great.
I
So
love to hear that.
I think they'll be awesome for obviously the content of the show, but for us as sellers and also just as community members, like it's been really invaluable. So
Yeah.
Great. Well,
Exactly.
I think this goes without saying, but thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being
on
eBay
our own
seller.
podcast.
Yeah.
Who's the next
at
guest?
eBay
Bring 'em
Open,
in.
I know.
This has been great.
Andrew's taking over.
Andrew, I love this. Will you come take over again?
Let's run it
sometime?
back. If you would have me, I'd love to come back
Oh
again
my gosh.
anytime.
Awesome.
For a
What-
three-peat.
Awesome.
For a three-peat.
Oh, is this the
Yeah.
first three-peat that we would have?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I love it.
definitely.
Recurring guests.
Yeah.
Recurring.
Happy to be here.
I mean,
Thank you.
friend of the show all day long.
Oh my goodness.
Once a quarter.
Okay.
Matt, there
That's
we
a
go.
stretch goal.
That's a stretch. That's
You
a
tell
stretch.
me.
I
goal.
like that goal.
Okay, we can make it happen.
Yeah, we
We'll
definitely
talk to Ken. He's the one who he also does everything else in the back end, so we'll talk to him.
Yeah. Right. We can't promise away his time and effort, but
Yeah.
yeah, we kind of can. We can, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We're
I
just
love
say
that.
yes.
He's the
Exactly.
talk, and then Anna's the smart one. So we balance each other.
Whatever, Glenn.
This is so fun.
Captain Consistency.
Yeah, I'll just be like, I'll be the consistent one there.
Yeah, we all have our superpowers.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Super
you're
cool.
a great host. Thank you for those amazing
Yeah.
questions.
Thanks for having
course.
us too.
Thanks for having us on the show.
Yeah.
Thanks
we
for
appreciate
having
it.
Thanks for having me on the show. This is great. I appreciate it. And here's to another 100.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
All
Cheers.
right.
Cheers
Cool.
to
Cheers.
that.
Cheers.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
There you go. Boom.
Awesome.
Nice.
We'll talk to you later.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Andrew.